There's a phrase I heard when I became a coach that I never had heard before, and now, of course, corporate America is using it, and that is imposter syndrome. And of course, there's quotes. It's always like imposter syndrome with the quotes, right? And so I wanted to do some teaching about that today and do some tapping to help you shift your mindset around that. And if you are using the imposter syndrome, I want you to give you the confidence to step out of it. So, hey there, everybody. I'm Kate Beaters, your breakthrough success expert. So the way I look at it, there's really two different aspects of imposter syndrome. There's actually a whole lot more, but for these video purposes, I'm going to focus on two. And one is the side where somebody is kind of, got the glam shots and all the latest fashions and the hair blowing and all sorts of stuff, driving up in the nice new car and all sorts of things. They're probably the first one to pick up the check and, even though they might not even be able to afford it, but that's kind of the image that they have to live. Even though they might be worrying every night about their bills and how they're going to pay the mortgage or the car payments and all this other kind of stuff. And that's because of a lack of self-confidence and feeling that you have to kind of fit into a certain mold. There's also another side of imposter syndrome, and I'm going to do another video about that, and that's feeling that you really aren't good enough and you're kind of a fake. So for today's video, I want to talk about, again, trying to be something that you're not, with the whole image and probably spending more than you have and, kind of doing things because you want the crowd to like you or the people to like you or your friends to like you or your family to like you and all this kind of stuff. You're trying to impress people, you're trying to fit in, and really you're not being authentic to yourself. And ultimately what it's doing is it's eroding your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and maybe even having you take action or step into opportunities that are really not right for you. That aren't aligned with who you really want to be because you feel like you should be doing such and such. So we will do some tapping on that. And if you've never tapped before, I invite you to go to katebeaters.com/tapping. You can learn about this phenomenal techniques, change millions of people's lives, including my own. And also a request, if you are enjoying these videos, please click like and also please click subscribe. It helps me and helps create my visibility with these videos and helps transform more people's lives. So tapping's a lot like Simon Says, and I'm going to ask you to also take full responsibility for your own well-being. If you don't like tapping, just please simply stop. So we're going to start on the side of the hand, the karate chop, and again repeating after me. Even though it seems difficult to not do all these things and pretend to be somebody that I'm not. I want to find a way to love and accept myself. Even though it seems difficult to do these things and pretend to be somebody that I'm not, I want to love and accept myself. Even though it seems difficult to not do all these things, pretend to be somebody that I'm not, I want to find a way to love and accept myself. Okay, shake them out, and we're going to go to the eyebrow points. Okay, again, repeating after me and using the phrases I use. Okay? It seems difficult. It's really difficult to stop doing these things. Maybe it's even impossible. I feel like this need to impress, this need to fit in, this need to show up in a certain way, this need is something that I've had for a long time. You see, I have this belief that I need to fit in. This is how I get accepted. By either being just like my crowd, or the crowd I want to fit in, or maybe even a step above. Just to impress them. Maybe I'll pay for things that I don't really have the money for. I'll buy things I don't really have the money for. I'll take action for things that aren't really aligned. Because I feel that's what's expected of me. That's how I show up. And even though I might have the money for these things, maybe there's something else I'd rather spend my money on. But I can't do it. I need to do what I think is expected of me. The problem is it gets tiring. It gets weary. Because deep down, I know that's not who I really am. I'm pretending to be somebody I'm not. Saying things that don't feel authentic. Wearing clothes that might not feel authentic. Living in a way that might not feel authentic. And taking action in a way that might not feel authentic. All because I have this old belief that that's what I need to do. But really and truly, I'm being an imposter. I should buy a t-shirt that says Imposter Syndrome. And I should wear it every day. And have it say it on in the front. And have it say it on the back. Because I'm kind of faking who I am. And maybe I'd really like to show up and be who I am. But maybe I'm not even sure who that is anymore. Maybe it's got lost along the way. Or maybe I'm scared of what I might actually be like if I was being true to me. But what if it wasn't scary? And what if it was safe? To really and truly be who I am. I bet I could breathe a sigh of relief. To not feel like I have to keep up with the Joneses. Or even be better than them anymore. Imagine if I could be me. And let my brilliance shine through. And know that the right people are going to love it. The right opportunities will show up. And I'll probably feel a whole lot more relaxed. And happier. As I show up who I really am. And know I am safe. Okay, deep breath, everybody. Let it out. And does it feel good? Yeah? Do you feel like kind of thinking like, where am I kind of faking my life? Where am I kind of pretending to be something I'm not to be? I want you to really start to think about that, because when you're not in authenticity, it does wear you down, it does stress you out, and it affects the results you get in your life. And you are worthy. You deserve to be able to show up as your authentic, beautiful, brilliant self. I want that for you. And I'd love to be able to help you take a deeper dive on this. Simply reach out to my team, info@katebeaters.com, to learn more about private coaching. And until we meet again, be brilliant.